Hi and welcome back to Cut the Craggle. Today I have something very special to share with you. This is a LEGO recreation of one of my favourite childhood toys. Now, if you're no stranger to my channel, you'll know that I am a massive Ghostbusters fan. It's something I've been into for as long as I can remember, and unlike LEGO, I've never had a Ghostbusters Dark Age. Back when I was a kid, the Real Ghostbusters was my absolute favourite cartoon, and I had virtually every toy released in the Kenner line inspired by the series. One of the toys I remember playing with the most was the Ghostbusters proton-charged gyrocopter ECTO-2. Now technically there has already been an ECTO-2 in LEGO form before, but that was just a poxy motorcycle assembly that came in the set based on that 2016 reboot that we don't like to talk about here. It was a terrible injustice. That poor excuse for an ECTO-2 had made it into brick-built form when the original and the best went uncelebrated. But no more. I'm pleased to present to you our custom LEGO Real Ghostbusters ECTO-2 set. This project was a collaboration with my good friend Sam Jones, aka the Brickkeeper. He designed the actual build for this model, and I created the minifigures and did the digital rendering. This was basically my payment for designing the custom LEGO Stargate SG-1 minifigures I made up for him. If you haven't already, be sure to check out my video on that after this one. When I first said to Sam I wanted to do a custom set based on ECTO-2, I had in my mind images of the Kenner toy that I used to play with as a child. Sam, however, looked to the version seen in the cartoon itself for reference when building his first rendition. The two are very similar, but there are some differences. After much discussion, we decided to go with a kind of hybrid, our own artistic interpretation, taking our favourite elements from both the cartoon ECTO-2 and its Kenner toy counterpart. And I think the finished thing looks fantastic. If we take a look at some of the play features for this thing, Sam worked in this cool mechanism into the build, so that if you turn the dial at the back, it makes the rotor blades on top spin. You can have the wings down for flight mode, but they can also be folded up for drive mode. There's also twin wing-mounted proton blasters, aka LEGO stud shooters, and just like the original Kenner version, there's a highly sophisticated ecto winch that can be used to snag spooks, or just help rescue fellow Ghostbusters. Speaking of which, the two Ghostbuster minifigures I decided to include in this set are Ray Stantz and Egon Spengler. The original Kenner box art had Ray piloting and Peter hanging from the winch, but whilst everyone, including Janine and even Slimer, piloted ECTO-2 at some point in the show, I always remember it most vividly being Egon and Ray. And just like the cartoon ECTO-2, we made our version a two-seater. I've given both Egon and Ray a pair of dark blue pilot helmets with ecto goggles for when they're flying around in ECTO-2. But they also each come with alternate hairpieces that you can swap out for when they're on the ground. The original LEGO Ideas Egon hairpiece works just as well for the RGB Egon, although of course I made this one bright yellow. In real life, the makers of the cartoon changed the look of the characters from the movie to better tell them apart, and likely to avoid lawsuits for using the actor's likeness without permission. But in universe, RGB Egon got his blonde locks after eating a psychedelic mushroom. Don't do shrooms, kids!
Alright, important safety tip. Thanks, Egon.
For Ray, I originally wanted to give him the Mr. Incredible hairpiece, but I eventually decided to go with the Fred hairpiece from Scooby-Doo in dark orange. This is actually a sneaky Easter egg, as Frank Welker, the voice of Fred Jones, also played Ray Stantz in the Real Ghostbusters cartoon series. Both Ghostbusters of course come complete with proton packs. They're the exact same assemblies that have previously appeared in the LEGO Ideas and LEGO Ghostbusters Firehouse sets, just with the colours swapped out to make them more accurate to the cartoon versions. And of course, there's also a bug-eyed ghost for them to bust as well. I know I'm biased, but I am bloody in love with this thing. Sam has done masterful work on this beauty, and my only regret is that this is a digital only MOC. To be fair to old Flash Gordon, he has designed this in a way that it could actually be built. The one drawback is the colours we wanted to use aren't available in real life for a lot of the pieces here. That being said, at the very least, I'm tempted to see about getting me a couple of the RGB minifigures custom printed. And in the meantime, Sam and I had so much fun with this, we're working together on another LEGO Real Ghostbusters custom set as we speak. Let me know what you think of our custom LEGO Real Ghostbusters ECTO-2 in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, and if you've done all that, be a legend and hit that like button. I'll see you next time. Laters.